I can't even remember the last time I felt safe. Not really. Not the way you're supposed to feel when you're a kid. When someone's supposed to protect you. Maybe that's why everything that happened after my dad died felt like a slow motion nightmare. Because the person who was supposed to protect me was the one who hurt me the most. My dad died when I was 9. Heart attack. Just like that. Gone. I remember the funeral. Mostly the smell of flowers. The heavy hum of murmured condolences. The fake smiles, and Karen, my stepmom, holding me like she owned me. Everyone said she loved me. Liked me like a daughter. Or maybe they just assumed she did because she was standing there, arms around me, crying in that over-the-top way adults do when they want people to think they care. I hated her from that moment. I hated her for smiling at people and pretending she was broken up. For making me feel like I had to love her because everyone else seemed to. Karen had kids already, or at least that's what everyone thought. She told people they were my stepbrothers and stepsister. From a previous relationship, she said. Her smile was sharp, fake, polished, like she'd practiced it in a mirror. The kids were mean, older, louder. They took my things, laughed when I cried, and told me to get over it when I tried to protest. Karen never corrected them. Never said a word. I learned early that I had no allies in that house. Not even the people who were supposed to be my family. I spent my childhood tiptoeing around her moods, avoiding the kids, making myself small, invisible, quiet. I didn't fight, because every time I tried, she made me feel like the problem wasn't her or them, it was me. And I believed her, a little bit, because what else could I do? I was 9, 10, 11, too young to fight a grown woman, who had already lied and manipulated everyone she could. I remember overhearing her on the phone when I was 13. I was sneaking water in the hallway at night, trying not to wake the house. She whispered so softly I almost didn't catch it. I've got it handled. She doesn't need to know. She's a kid. I froze. My heart raced so hard I thought I'd choke. Hand on the wall, listening, I realized she wasn't talking about chores. She wasn't talking about homework or my allowance. She was talking about my dad. His money, his will. The thing that was supposed to be mine. I tried asking her later, "What do you mean?" She smiled that same fake polished smile. "No what, honey?" I didn't sleep that night. I couldn't. My stomach twisted. My chest ached. I started noticing little things. Doors to my dad's old office were always locked. Things disappeared. Pictures, documents, his wallet, his favorite pen. I asked once, politely, about his savings account. Karen laughed. "Sweetheart, we're lucky if we keep the lights on," she said. Her kids laughed too. Rick, her boyfriend who moved in when I was 17, smirked. He called me extra baggage. I stopped asking questions. I stopped hoping. I stopped expecting fairness. I learned that early on, survival meant silence. By 16, I was working part-time. Not because I wanted to. Not because it was fun or to save for college. I worked because if I didn't, I wouldn't have clothes, wouldn't eat, wouldn't have anything. Karen called it contributing to the household. Rick called it her problem. I didn't argue. What could I do? The kids called me names behind my back, tried to trip me in hallways, stole my things. Karen never corrected them. And she lied about the kids constantly, telling people they were her stepchildren from a previous marriage. I believed her. I thought she was telling the truth because she always sounded so convincing. The night before my 18th birthday, she handed me a box. Inside, a few old clothes and some childhood junk. "You'll need to start thinking about your future," she said, voice flat. No hug, no birthday wish. Just that. The next morning, I packed what I could into a backpack and left. I didn't fight, didn't ask for a word of goodbye. I couldn't. I had no money. No job lined up. No place to go. The street was my apartment, the bus station my bed. 3 nights I slept outside. Under the stars, trying not to cry, trying not to feel like I was the only person in the world who mattered. Then came the lawyer. My dad's lawyer. He had tried to contact me for years. But Karen had intercepted letters, changed addresses, and made sure I didn't know anything about the trust my dad had left for me. "She left everything to me," the lawyer said quietly, handing me the paperwork. The house, the savings, the investments, all of it. My hands shook. My legs wobbled. I could barely breathe. She said we were broke, I whispered. "She's been accessing the funds illegally," the lawyer said. "We tried to contact you." I stared at him, trying to make sense of it. Karen had lied to me my entire life. Lied about her kids. Lied about money. Lied about my future. She spent everything my dad had worked for, everything he left for me. On herself. On Rick, on her kids. And the worst part? I had believed her. I had trusted her. I had done everything she asked. And I had nothing to show for it. The truth about her kids came next. They weren't stepkids. They were her biological children. She had lied to my dad. Lied to everyone. Told him she couldn't have kids. Said the ones she had were from her ex-husband. He believed her. And she let them treat me like I was nothing, like I didn't matter. Like I was some charity case she had to babysit while she spent my inheritance. Court dragged on for months. Karen cried, played the victim, claimed she had been confused and didn't know what she was doing. Rick disappeared. The judge didn't buy it. She was ordered to repay what she could, but the money spent was gone. The house was seized. The kids still hated me. Still called me names. Still laughed when I cried. I moved into a small apartment with the lawyer's help. It wasn't much, but it was mine. Safe. For the first time in years, I felt like I could breathe. And yet, I was hollow, angry, bitter, betrayed. I had lost years of my life to a woman who should have protected me. Some nights I lie awake, thinking about what could have been. College, stability, friends who actually cared, family who loved me. And I hate that I even think that way because I know there's nothing to go back to. Nothing except my memories of a father who loved me and a stepmother who lied to me every day. But here's the thing. I survived. I survived her lies, her manipulation, her abuse. I survived homelessness, ridicule, and betrayal. I survived when everyone else told me I wouldn't, and that counts for something. I don't feel happy yet. I don't feel like I've won. But I've learned who I am. I've learned who I can trust. And slowly, painfully, I'm learning how to live again. And that in its messy, broken way is enough.